Alrighty, everybody. Hello, and welcome to the stream. Welcome to Tower Simulator 3. I believe that's the first time we're live in Tower Simulator 3 over on Twitch. Second time technically over on YouTube. The first time was just for some testing. We got both Twitch and YouTube running this morning, so pick your favorite platform and join along as we drink our morning coffee and clear some planes in and out of Cleveland Hopkins International Airport. I grew up near Cleveland, and so this one is an exciting add-on to have in the sim here. And Tower Simulator 3 has come a long way since its release. It's still not perfect. I really wish that the voice recognition was a little bit better for my mumbly voice out here. But in any case, let's go ahead and get started. We got Cleveland Hopkins today. I'm gonna preload the schedule for 12 hours. I don't think we'll get through 12 hours. I technically don't have any plans today, which is why we're here. But in any case, we'll just see how long we last. I've only checked out Cleveland once so far, and it wasn't that busy, so I don't think it's gonna be a rage quit kind of situation here. Currently, real world. The one of my complaints about this game, I wish I could see the real world weather. Yeah, wow, can't speak this morning. Real world weather a little better from this screen, so that I could set up sort of my airport the way I would do it based on the actual conditions. That being said, I'm taking a look right now at the FAA's digital ATIS for Cleveland. Uh, and currently Cleveland is showing, stand by. Cleveland showing information uniform 1319 Zulu special. Winds are 030 at 11. Visibility 10, scattered 2600, broken 3400. That's the ceiling. Temperatures 12, altimeter 3005. Landing runway 6 left, departing 6 right. So yeah, I was pretty sure that they were still landing kind of northeasterly. So that is correct. So we will have 6 left is going to be our active runway for landings. We'll send departures out to 6 right. And without further ado, let's set current time and weather. So we got live METAR airport time. Let's set to, it's about 9:30 a.m. local. So we'll start at 9:30 a.m. local. And traffic density is 100%. We're using real world databases. And we'll see how this goes. Let's get some music going as well in the background here. We're in Cleveland, home of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I think we're going to go with the blues today, though. A little bit of the roots of rock and roll, just so that we don't have anything too distracting in the background. The rock and roll channels can be quite loud. Give me 1 second just to get all of this set up for y'all. Oh, that's a little loud. Let's go ahead. We'll adjust those levels here as we come live into the sim. Sorry for that. I always forget how loud that particular website is for streaming. We just want a little bit of light blues in the background, but absolutely killing us with the guitar this morning. We haven't had our coffee yet. We're about 2 sips in. But we got some blues in the background here. One of my first concerts, not my first one, but one of my first concerts was at House of Blues in Cleveland. But yeah, we're going to get some coffee in. Here we are in Cleveland. Yep, look at this. A nice little cloudy day, very typical for Cleveland. We got our ramp is over here. I'm going to take a step higher. I prefer to be up high. Actually, no. Cleveland, I like this seat. This is sort of my default sort of IFR view where I just zero in on the radar. Let's get this all set up. I like to turn down the taxiway tag size a little bit, but not too much, just enough to keep it legible. The icon sizes can go way down though. We got somebody on the arrival, Endeavor 4967. Gonna be landing 6 left. And he'll be parking over here. I don't know the names of these terminals, so that would be That would be helpful.
Cleveland ground. American 1464 with information. Bravo. Requesting push and start.
American 1464, pushback approved. Expect runway 6 right.
Pushback approved. Expect runway 6 right. American 1464.
So he is going to go ahead and push back. He's out there somewhere. There he is. He's going to go ahead and get pushed back now. We haven't yet heard from the guy on the arrival. You know, I'm tempted to do a round or two where I turn the tags off so that you can't actually see who it is you're talking to just by looking at them. You have to actually like take a look at your flight strips and stuff. I'm really tempted to do that because I'm doing. I just submitted. Submitted everything to transfer over to Albuquerque Center for some VATSIM training. I had been a controller previously, like a couple of years ago. On VATSIM, and then you know it takes a bit of commitment to stay current.
On final 6 left.
Endeavor 4967, runway 6 left, clear to land. Yeah, we got nobody out there.
Endeavor 4967.
Most of the taxi's going to be via Lima. It's just figuring out where they're going to exit. So this guy's probably going to be Juliet 4 Lima for runway 6 left. We got United out there as well. We've cleared him to land, or well, we've cleared Endeavor to land. And then we got United 2004.
American 1464 ready to taxi.
Actually, he's facing that way. We'll give him Juliet. Oh no. Juliet 3 or 4. Juliet 4 Lima. American 1464, runway 6 right, taxi by Juliet 4 Lima. There we go.
Runway 6 right, via Juliet 4 Lima. American 1464.
We're going to try and do this realistic. I know that you can pretty much cheat in Tower Sim and just say continue taxi, and they just find their own way to the runway. I like to be a little bit more proactive. I like to know exactly what they're going to do by telling them exactly what they're going to do. And that's a good habit to form if you ever want, you know, I'm doing some VATSIM training, so, you know, I want to form good habits. There are some things that are potentially going to form bad habits in Tower Simulator, like you don't have to say hold short instructions for crossing runways, for example. A lot of times I will try to, and then it will sort of end up being a mistake. Because what'll happen is I'll try to like give, you know, taxi via Lima, hold short 2004
on final 6 left.
United 2004, runway 6 left, clear to land. We got anticipated separation is plenty, so we'll clear them both in. But I forgot what I was saying there. I was going on about something. Man, I was even thinking, here, let me give this instruction, we'll get back to that. Right out of my brain. Alright, let's take a look at the American taxiing out over there. Oh wait, no, I just talked to the United, that's why it wants to look over there. Americans taxiing out on Lima. We got 2 coming in for arrival. You know, it's not It's not a beautiful day out here in Cleveland, but the weather's not terrible. It, you, it's technically VFR. Let me double check that before I start spewing lies. Let's see. Information. ADIS. Cleveland Hopkins International Airport information. Bravo. Time 1319 Zulu. Wind 020 at 11. Visibility 10. Sky conditions scattered 2600. Ceiling broken 3400. Temperature 12. Altimeter 3005. Read back all hold short instructions. Advise you of information. Bravo. So yeah, that is technically VFR, although it might be marginal VFR. I don't know at what point it becomes marginal or not here at Cleveland. But I think it's field elevation. Let me pull up a chart. You don't get a lot of that information in the sim here. Let's see, we got Endeavor coming in on the arrival here. Can't quite see him yet. Oh, yes we can. Here he is. I've got like a view set up for standing and sitting in this sim because I like to stay in the tower. It feels way cooler that way. American 1464, runway 6 right, cleared for takeoff. I'd read him the wind, but half the time
Runway
it
6
doesn't
right,
understand
cleared for takeoff.
what you say when
American
you read him the wind.
1464.
Oh, that's what I was complaining about. It was like I would give a hold short instruction and it wouldn't understand and it would just like freak out. That's what I was talking about earlier. And that's one of my main complaints with the sim is that like you'll give proper phraseology that it just doesn't understand. A really good example of that is if I were to give the Endeavor that just landed instructions that were like cross runway 6 right at Alpha, like which is what I would want to do probably, or maybe Sierra. Once the departure's clear, American 1464 there. If I were to give him cross runway 6 right at Sierra, taxi, instructions should be taxi to the ramp via Golf Sierra Juliet 3. Is that? Or yeah, what's this taxiway here? Juliet 5? Okay, so Juliet 5. But if I were to give him, you're technically supposed to read him hold short 6 left, or 6 right that is. He'll do it automatically so you don't have to read it, but if you read him, the hold short, a lot of times they don't understand it, but especially if you say cross runway 6 right at Sierra. If you say at Sierra, which according to FAA phraseology you're supposed to, he won't understand it every time I've tried. Endeavor 4967, taxi to the ramp via Golf Sierra Juliet 5.
Taxi to ramp via Golf Sierra Juliet 5. Endeavor 4967.
American 1464, contact departure. Oh, I never handled his strip.
American 1464. Good day.
And we got one of these guys landed, the Endeavor. And oh, United 2004. Good thing we got the Endeavor out of the way there. Where are you parking? Let's see. Here we go. United 2004, taxi to the ramp via Golf Alpha Juliet 3.
Taxi to ramp by Golf Alpha Juliet 3. United 2004.
And hold short 6 right, or cross 6 right at Alpha. But yeah, so when they come up to the runway, they'll automatically hold short in the sim, and then you have to give them, cross runway or continue taxi. I always go cross runway because that's more realistic for that. But Endeavor 4967, cross runway 6 right at Sierra.
Cross runway 6 right. Endeavor 4967.
Like those couple little like FAA phraseology things that it doesn't understand. I just wish would be understood is all. That's my main complaint. And we got United taxiing in as well here. This is my kind of like standing at my desk view, and then I have just like a hotkey to like zero in on whoever we're focused on. It's really not too hard to set up, so if you're looking to get into this particular simulator. United 2004 cross runway 6 right. I do recommend it. You just have to be exact.
United 2004.
You just have to be exact in your phraseology. I think that's where people get frustrated, is like they're like, it never understands me, I can't get the voice recognition to work. And usually it's a phraseology problem. So just like read the instructions manual, it gives you the exact phraseology. Because like
Cleveland
I
ground,
had that
American
problem too.
1265 with information Bravo, requesting push and start.
American 1265, stand by. I'm gonna have him wait until this United parks.
Stand
'cause
by,
he's parking
American
right next to it.
1265.
Ooh, I've got some mic artifacting going on here. Or maybe that's just
Cleveland
amazing.
Tower, Endeavor 53902 on final 6 left.
Endeavor 5392, runway 6 left, clear to land.
Runway 6 left, cleared to land. Endeavor 53902.
Here goes the United and the Endeavor are both parking, so we'll go ahead and bin them. Somebody's got something in the microwave. Hey man, can I have some of that? Alright, we've already sent the American off to departure. Yeah, that's the thing about these these much less busy airports. I don't I don't stay on top of my strips because you kind of don't have to. And you know, it's just me and the tower cab running all the positions up through tower. I guess you don't really have clearance delivery, which is nice. Clearance delivery is honestly sometimes the hardest if it's busy, because you're just doing clearance after clearance, and you have to verify each flight plan. Which once you've done it a bit and you're familiar with your airspace, it's really not that hard. But when you're brand new, that's the hardest part, is getting familiar with your airspace and your LOAs and what flight plans you're allowed to clear or not, and who needs amendments. And generally, these days, if pilots are using SimBrief, their flight plan is fine, but you still have to verify it. Oh, those guys have parked, right? American 1265, pushback approved. Expect runway 6 right. I'm holding him here for nothing.
Pushback approved, expect runway 6 right. American 1265.
He's on the intercom telling the passengers how he's got a ground stop hold from ATC. Sorry about the delay, folks. We'll try to make it up in the air. Meanwhile, the passengers are looking out their window like, what? I don't see any traffic. There we go. Now we can see him. Sorry for jerking our head around there. Give us whiplash. Here's the Endeavor coming in. Don't think I saw anybody behind him yet. Yeah, nobody else on the approach here. Set it right about there so we can Still monitor the departures too. Actually, I'm gonna bump this separation down to 3, just because we got 2 runways here. One for departures, one for arrivals. There's really no major concern about having one after the other as long as we stay on top of it.
Cleveland ground, American 1265 ready to taxi.
American 1265, runway 6 right, taxi by Juliet 1, Kilo, Lima.
Negative, unknown command, American 1265.
Come on. American 1265, runway 6 right, taxi by Juliet 1, Kilo, Lima.
Runway 6 right,
There we
via
go.
Juliet 1, Kilo, Lima. American 1265. Cleveland ground, Desert Jet 125 with information Bravo, ready to start.
Desert Jet? Hang on, I gotta check that call sign. I have not seen that one yet. Desert Flight. Desert Jet. Okay. Desert Jet 125. Approved. Expect runway 6 right.
Approved, expect runway 6 right. Desert Jet 125.
Alrighty, where's he? All the way. Oh, he's like literally right underneath us here. In the hangar. Little business jet. Desert jet. Endeavor 5392, taxi to the ramp by Golf Sierra Juliet 5.
Taxi to ramp via Golf Sierra Juliet 5. Endeavor 53902.
Cleveland ground, Desert Jet 125 ready to taxi.
Desert Jet 125, runway 6 right, taxi via Lima.
Runway 6 right, via Lima. Desert Jet 125. Cleveland ground, Desert Jet 125 ready to taxi.
Desert Jet 125, runway 6 right via Lima.
Runway 6 right, via Lima. Desert Jet 125.
There we go. So we gave the Endeavor his taxi instructions. We'll see what happens at this intersection back here. I think it should be essentially no problem. But if we see that he's gonna interfere with the American there, we'll have him hold short of Lima. But I think the American should beat him to the intersection here. Yep. No factor. So with that, we'll slide his strip right underneath the American. Endeavor 5392, cross runway 6 right. Nope. Endeavor 5392, cross runway 6 right. There we go.
Negative, unknown command.
Yep.
Endeavor 53902. Cross runway 6 right. Endeavor 53902.
There we go. And he's out of the way now. I'm always so tempted to give like the clearance right now, like just go, get out of here. But alright, he's coming up on the end here shortly. The Endeavor is clear downfield. American 1265, runway 6 right, clear for takeoff. Maybe I will try
Runway
and
6
lose some
right,
wins,
clear for
'cause
takeoff.
it
American
does
1265.
understand. It does understand what you're saying if you give the wind with the exact right phraseology. It just sometimes has trouble, like kind of, it's like, you know, the speech recognition isn't very good. So it's the more you say, the more likely it's gonna hear something wrong and freak out. But I really do want to form the habit of actually saying the winds. Desert Jet 125, runway 6 right, line up and wait.
Runway 6 right, line up and wait. Desert Jet 125.
Here goes the American. Very nice. American 1265, contact departure.
Cleveland departure on 128.25, American 1265. Good day.
Desert Jet 125, runway 6 right, wind is 020 at 11. Clear for takeoff.
Runway 6 right, cleared for takeoff. Desert Jet 125.
Wasn't exactly right, but got to say the wind that time at least. Here goes Desert Jet. And after this, nobody else has called me. I have no more strips. There he goes. Nice short takeoff roll, about 1,300 feet. Desert Jet 125, contact departure.
Cleveland departure on 128.25. Desert Jet 125. Good day.
Good day. And yep, this Endeavor has parked, and there goes Desert Jet. I got nobody on the scope besides those last two departures. I'm tempted to speed forward. I've noticed this tends to happen where these real-world schedules are not very filled out sometimes. I almost went with Detroit this morning just to have kind of a fuller schedule, but Detroit was landing north, and I don't like Detroit landing north as much. There's a lot more conflicts landing north at Detroit. Just makes for a harder day. Same with LaGuardia. I was going to do LaGuardia this morning, but the winds were crazy in LaGuardia today, so they were landing 3-1, departing 4, which is literally my least favorite configuration controlling wise. Fun to fly landing 3-1 for sure, but landing 3-1 is just kind of inconvenient for controlling because you have to kind of hold departing aircraft until you're sure that they're not going to cross the runway. Whereas if you're landing either 1-3 or 2-2, the aircraft crosses the intersection really quickly, and then you clear your departure, it's good to go. But you have to kind of actually pay more attention and not clear your departures. think maybe LaGuardia can run a land and hold short operation, but that runway is already short enough, so. But the ideal configuration at LaGuardia, I would say, is landing 2-2, departing 3-1 is my preference. Departing 1-3 is also about equally manageable, but I kind of prefer departing 3-1. It kind of keeps, there's fewer conflict points, no runway crossing for the departures, unless, you know, they're coming from like the Spirit Gates. I actually did LaGuardia for like just 2.5 hours yesterday. It was departing 3-1, landing 2-2. Literally never got stressed. And LaGuardia can stress me out. I usually don't last more than about an hour and a half doing LaGuardia.
I've been courted by the wagoner's lad. He's courted me daily, all night and all day. Now he
Alright, sorry for the silence there. Got a spam text I had to verify was spam. Yeah, they hit
Cleveland
you
ground,
with that.
Blue Street 5210 with information Bravo, requesting push and start.
Perfect time. Blue Streak 5210, pushback approved, expect runway 6 right.
Pushback approved, expect runway 6 right. Blue Street 5210.
your love I'm wanting, not silver or gold. Horses are hungry, feed them some hay. Sit down beside me as long as you stay. Horses ain't hungry, they won't eat your hay. So fare you well, Polly, I will be on my way.
Very, very quiet morning here in Cleveland. I know that's you don't want to say that too loud in the tower.
Your whip is to mend. Sit down here
It's the same
by
as, you know,
me
paramedic
as
crews,
long as
hospitals,
you can. My wagon
retail.
is greasy, my whip's
Never say the Q word.
So fare ye well, Polly, no longer to stand. Hard is the fortune of all womankind, that always control, always confined, controlled by their parents until they are
Alright,
wise.
Blue Streak should be ready to taxi here pretty shortly.
The rest of their lives.
He's gonna be by
Cleveland ground. Blue Streak 5210 ready to taxi.
Blue Streak 5210, runway 6 rep by Juliet 1 Kilo Lima. Okay, at least he understood
Runway
that.
6 right via Juliet 1.
Did
Kilo
not quite
Lima.
come out right.
Blue Streak 5210.
He got it though, he got it. So here it goes.
I thought all the fascists were dead, died a long, long time ago. I thought all the fascists were dead. Shows you what the hell I know.
Music going hard today, hell yeah.
I thought all the Nazis were dead, died a long, long time ago. I thought all the Nazis were dead. Shows you what the hell I know. Sink 'em to the bottom of the ocean, blast 'em to the sun or to the moon. You ask yourself, how did they get here? Try to get the answer to you soon. I thought all the warmongers were dead, buried in the nuclear winter snow. I thought all the warmongers were dead.
Little CRJ head out.
So below.
Hey, has anybody flown the updated Aerosoft CRJ? Is it any good? Is it better enough from the original that it would be worth trying again? Because I remember not hating the original, but I just felt like the flight model was absolute crap. But it wasn't very deeply modeled either. Which, you know, it doesn't necessarily have to be for something that's only really meant to just simulate, you know, normal envelope flying day-to-day operations. But then you fly something like the Phoenix and it just feels alive. You feel like you've crawled inside of it, and I never felt like I got that feeling with the CRJ. Or the DC-6 is another good example of that. That plane just seems to be alive. I gotta get back in the DC-6. It is a hard plane to fly though.
Crazy about you, darling. I'm crazy about you. Crazy about you. No other will do. Darling, I am crazy about you. Darling, won't you go my bail? Darling, won't you go my bail? Won't
on,
you
I'm gonna
go
give him the win.
my bail?
Blue Blue Streak 5210, wind is 010 at 7, runway 6 right, clear for takeoff.
Oh, darling,
Runway 6 right, cleared for takeoff. Blue Streak 5210.
Now let me deal with this strip as well. And I'm off to departure before the controller freaks out. Not that that's simulated. So man, Monday, I guess a Monday morning in May in Cleveland is pretty slow.
darling, 6 months ain't too long. Darling, 6 months ain't too long. 6 months ain't too long for me to be gone. Darling, 6 months ain't too long.
Here goes the blue streak. CRJ.
Mother's children have a hard time when your mother is dead. Motherless children have a hard time when mother is dead. They haven't got any place to go, you know, they're walking around.
Blue streak 5210, contact departure.
Cleveland departure on 128.25. Blue Streak 5210. Good day.
And back to 0.
Sister will do. Your mother is dead.
I got no strips.
People say your sister will do when your mother is dead.
Tell you what, I am technically about 5 minutes behind live time here. I'm gonna fast forward until we're about even with live time, or until I have an aircraft calling. Nope, not quite.
Cleveland ground, Brickyard 4588 with information Charlie, requesting push and start.
Brickyard 4588, pushback approved, expect runway 6 right.
Pushback approved, expect runway 6 right. Brickyard 4588.
Now information Charlie. Attention all aircraft on frequency. Airport ATIS information Charlie is now current, wind 010 at 7. Altimeter 3005. And here we go. Cleveland Hopkins International Airport information Charlie, time 1351 Zulu, wind 010 at 7, sky condition, wind 010 at 7, visibility 10, sky conditions scattered 3400, scattered flight level 250, temperature 12, dew point 06, altimeter 3005. Read back all hold short instructions, advise on initial contact. You have information Charlie. And we got, Papa Delta Tango Sierra. What are you? Let's take a look at this flight strip. Oh god, that's way too close. Hang on. Zoom out. Now let's look. Piedmont. An Embraer.
Just make sure the grave digger gets paid. Motherless children have a hard time when mother is dead. Oh, Jesus will be a mother to you when your mother is dead.
Okay, when did the music go religious?
Jesus will be
We're supposed to be listening to the blues here, not
Cleveland ground, Brickyard 4588 ready to taxi.
Brickyard 4588, runway 6 right, taxi by Juliet 1 Kilo Lima. Okay, we got a
Runway 6 right, via Juliet 1, Kilo, Lima. Brickyard 4588.
We're not listening to frickin' Praise Band. Oh, this is like all the same. You know, there's got to be a way to shuffle this. Stand by, guys. I did not realize. We're gonna switch it up because apparently the blues genre on this particular site does not shuffle well and ends up being a whole lot of one particular gospel blues artist in a row. There was some good stuff too, and then he started, yeah, it's just not my thing. So this will still have a little bit of, ooh. Tell you what, I'll monitor this a little closely and
Cleveland Tower, Piedmont 5901 on final 6 left.
Piedmont 5911, runway 6 left, clear to land.
Runway 6 left, clear to land. Piedmont 5911.
Here we go. Yeah, you can sort of sort it differently. And then now we'll go for jazz now. Maybe that'll get a little bit less gospel-y. This guy head out, and I cleared him to land. There we go. Yeah, that's a little better. Some instrumental jazz. See, we could have gone rock and roll for, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Cleveland, but the thing is, you can't play any of the music that would be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame or by artists in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame because, yeah, it's all copyright. So we've got to be copyright free here. Dude, that saxophone is wailing. Brickyard 4588, wind is 010 at 7, runway 6 right, clear, takeoff.
Runway 6 right, cleared for takeoff. Brickyard 4588.
So here he goes. We got Piedmont landing the parallel runway. goes Brickyard in the Embraer. Brickyard 4588, contact departure.
Cleveland departure on 128.25. Brickyard 4588. Good day.
See ya. And here comes Piedmont. I don't know where Piedmont's parking. Ah, he's a CRJ. Piedmont 5911. Ah, yeah, so we'll taxi them in by, I want to go Sierra Juliet 5. Or Alpha. No, yeah, Sierra Juliet 5 is my preference. Piedmont 5911, taxi them in by Golf Sierra Juliet 5. Hold short, runway 6 right.
Taxi to ramp via Golf Sierra Juliet 5. Hold short of runway 6 right. Piedmont 5911.
I guess technically he has to go on Lima there, but he knew what I meant. Granted, there's nobody for him to actually hold short of, but they don't understand the crossing instruction as part of their initial taxi, or it's just, it gets confusing. With the voice recognition being as bad as it is. No, I clicked on this guy. He's taxi, so he should be ground. I guess morning rush must have been maybe earlier this morning, maybe like the 7 a.m. hour. Or 6 or 7 a.m. hour. Well, that was epic. That I was just like kind of jamming instrumental jazz, and then just became absolute solo face meltness. Piedmont 5911, cross runway 6 right. And Alpha.
Cross runway 6 right. Piedmont 5911.
Yeah, that's Sierra. Why is he still holding? Hang on. Piedmont 5911, continue taxi.
Continue taxi. Piedmont
He like
5911.
went past the hold short bars and then continued holding. Like, what is going on, dude? That's some VATSIM shit right there. Always the RJs, right? This is a little calmer than the last one. Although we'll see how it goes. Piedmont is parked. Got nobody else here. So let's see. Well, once again, we'll try to catch up with live time. We're only about 2 minutes behind now. Alright, there's 10:28. So, oh, now it's 10:29. So we can go. Oh, nope, nope, nope. Come back. That's probably about exact. Yeah, we're like 4 seconds ahead now. And we got somebody on the
Cleveland Tower, flex jet 441 on final 6 left.
FlexJet 441, runway 6 left, clear to land.
Runway 6 left, clear to land. Flex jet 441.
Somewhere out there. Weather's clearing up a bit. Got some sunshine. Who's calling? Must be the Tracon. Don't pick it up. Those guys are weird. Maybe it's the pilot deviation call. There he is. Teeny little speck. Almost looks like a smudge on the window. Here's the flex jet landing. Little biz jet. It's gonna be parking all the way over here. So I definitely want to send him eastbound on Golf, so it's gonna be Golf Alpha Lima. Flex ship 441, taxi to the ramp via Golf Alpha Lima. Hold short, runway 6 right.
Taxi to ramp via Golf Alpha Lima. Hold short of runway 6 right. Flex jet 441.
There we go, that's what we wanted. I just don't want him taxiing eastbound on Lima, because that's our, that would block our departure flow. Not that we have a departure currently, but you know. It could happen, somebody could get pushed back in that time. Hang on. Sorry, I was playing around with stream settings. Flight ship 441, cross runway 6 right. I was trying to see if I could
Cross
stream
runway
flight
6
radar.
right. Flex jet 441.
Wanted to see if I could stream a browser window of flight radar 224. I can do it just a simple stupid way with a display capture, but I was trying to play around with actually sending it direct, but I was comparing real world traffic at Cleveland Hopkins to current in this particular simulator. And yeah, it's true that there's not a ton going on,
Cleveland
but
ground.
there's a few more
Endeavour
departures.
5032 with information. Charlie. Requesting push and start.
Endeavour 5032, pushback approved, expect runway 6 right.
Pushback approved. Expect runway 6 right. Endeavour 5032.
So it would be cool if these custom schedule, you know, the quote-unquote real-world schedules could be filled out a little bit. It kind of feels like they're like sort of a COVID-era schedule almost. Not like, you know, height of it, but like, you know, maybe this was early 2022 or something. We weren't really fully back. FlexJet is parking. We'll go ahead and send him to the bin. Endeavor's pushing back out there. And he's going to be pretty much via Lima. And it's Juliet 6. We'll give him Juliet 5. Juliet 5, Lima. Cool.
ground. Endeavor 5032 ready to taxi.
Endeavor 5032, runway 6 right, taxi by Juliet, Juliet 5, Lima.
Runway 6 right via Juliet. Juliet 5, Lima. Endeavor 5032.
Well, if we were worried about lasting very long here at Cleveland, I don't think we have to worry. This is not stressful at all. There's like one flight every 5-10 minutes. Which goes along with what I was saying, which is basically, it'd be cool to see them fill out these schedules a little bit. At least at the less busy airports. I mean, like, you know, if you control LaGuardia, LAX, any of those, you know, major airports, those get busy. Even LaGuardia had a lull yesterday though. Like I controlled for probably, it was, you know, I always just simulate, you know, the current date, time, weather. And so yesterday, I guess it was. Maybe it was the day before. It was either Saturday or Sunday this week. Just like I controlled from probably about 9:30 to almost noon, and from like 10:45 to 11:30 was like almost a lull, schedule-wise at least. Like I had gaps in my arrival stream. I had, you know, nobody waiting for departures. At times, it did also, you know, have a couple waves of busy, but I really enjoy LaGuardia. Actually, I just there are certain configurations in LaGuardia that are just much harder, and I don't enjoy as much because it's just stressful. But let's see what LaGuardia's doing now. I could be convinced to do a little bit of LaGuardia before we sign out today. If they've switched configurations, which I'm not sure they would have. The winds were kind of crazy looking this morning. Alright, landing 3-1, departing 4. Yeah, no, that's still the same. And winds are 310 at 20, gusting 29. That's crazy. I guess that is at least right down the runway for landing, but departing runway 4 in that's one heck of a crosswind. I think it is probably within limits, though, for most jets. Bring it back to Cleveland here. I was just kind of monitoring the real world. Endeavor 5032, wind is... Hang on. I didn't have
Command, property error. Endeavor
and I just messed up
5032.
my views. Alright, hang on. I just want it to be set right here. Endeavor 5032, wind is 010 at 7, runway 6 right, clear for takeoff.
Negative. I'm on the ground. Endeavor
Oh my
5032.
God. Endeavor 5032, runway 6 right, clear for takeoff.
Runway
do you
6
wanna
right,
go or not?
clear for takeoff. Endeavor 5032.
So that's what I mean with the voice recognition. Like, it's just sometimes it just hears you wrong, or it like hears a single word slightly wrong. You'll say like, it'll pick up the word at, and it'll think you're trying to give an intersection when you're not, and it'll totally mess up the aircraft's ability to understand the entire instruction after that. It's little things like that that can make this game frustrating when you play a busier airport. And yeah, the jazz channel is getting a little experimental. Excuse me, guys, I thought I was muted. I was not. Ah, I see my mute button is not entirely working. Okay, so it does sort of work, but not also. Endeavor 5032, contact departure.
Cleveland departure on 128.25. Endeavor 5032. Good day.
Bye bye. I never dealt with his strip. Yeah, I'm looking at a live schedule, or well, just, live flights at Cleveland on Flight Radar, and it looks like there are not a ton more flights, but a few more. So, just kind of goes along with wanting to see the schedule filled out a little bit. Yeah, it's funny, all the little background sounds. We've heard the microwave a couple times, we've heard the phone. I don't think we've heard the coffee drip though, even though this is definitely morning coffee time. At least for me it is. Well, I guess, well, we're almost getting towards lunch now, so there's the microwave. Got one coming in on the arrival now. It's Brickyard 5634. It's a Embraer from Boston.
Cleveland ground, United 4903 with information Charlie, requesting push and start.
United 493, pushback approved, expect runway 6 right. There we go. Now we got something
Pushback
happening.
approved, expect runway 6 right. United 493.
Oh man, blocked by the pillar here. Here. We'll just stand right there for a minute. He should be pushing back here any second. Let's see, looks like. I think that's a 7-3.
Cleveland Tower, Brickyard 5634 on final 6 left.
7-3. Brickyard 5634, runway 6 left, clear to land.
Runway 6 left, clear to land. Brickyard 5634.
Kilo Lima for the United.
Cleveland ground, United 4903 ready to taxi.
United 493, runway 6 right, taxi by Kilo Lima.
Runway 6 right, via Kilo, Lima. United 493.
I think it would be cool to see this game properly updated for sort of, you know, kind of next generation feeling, but I'm not sure I feel there as the developer for that. But there may be a market for like a truly great tower simulator with, you know, sort of the next generation voice recognition and graphics and all that. 0107. United 493. Runway 6 right, wind is 010 at 7. Clear for takeoff. That was the wrong order, but he'll understand it.
Runway 6 right, cleared for takeoff. United 493.
And we got the Brickyard landing the parallel. You'd also probably give him the traffic advisory for, you'd say, United 493, wind 010 at 7, runway 6 right, clear for takeoff, caution traffic, landing the parallel. But in this sim, they don't understand that. Which is what I mean when I say, like, it'd be cool to have a fresh version of this. Honestly, even if Field Air just updated the voice recognition to sort of the current generation of technology that's out there, I'm not even necessarily saying like AI voice recognition, but even just significantly better voice recognition than this. Which is, you know, like, I think I remember voice recognition working about this well in the early 2000s. Instructions. Brickyard 5634, text to the ramp via Golf, Sierra, Juliet 5.
Taxi to ramp via Golf, Sierra, Juliet 5, Brickyard 5634.
United 493, contact departure.
Cleveland departure on 128.25, United 493. Good day.
I'm thinking we might do some Outbreak streaming, either later this afternoon or later this week. I haven't played Outbreak in a while, and it's been updated quite significantly since the last time I played it. Brickyard 5634, cross runway 6 right.
Cross runway 6 right, Brickyard 5634. Fixing some settings in the background here.
I did just lose a mute button that I want to have. Okay, didn't lose it, just. Now I got everything the way I wanted. And the brickyard is parked. So go ahead and bid him. And now we wait. I'd be very excited about a Phoenix for this particular sim. Like a Phoenix airport. Sky Harbor. 'Cause they have Tucson, and I know that Tower 3D Pro, I think, had Sky Harbor, so I'm sure it's in the works. Yeah, not much happening here in Cleveland, I guess. I was hoping for a slightly fuller schedule. Maybe it's more active on like a weekend or Sunday evening or maybe Friday night. Here we go, somebody just popped into our scope here. Yeah, 1934. 737 coming from Houston. I want to try reading back my call sign for two-way radio identification on this one and see what happens. I'm betting it won't understand. Because technically when he calls in, I'm supposed to say United 1934 Cleveland Tower. Wind is 330 at 5, runway 6 right, clear to land. Or 6 left, clear to land. And if I don't say my call sign, he technically cannot say that he's established two-way radio communication with me. So we don't have, we have to both identify each other.
Cleveland Tower, United 1934 on final 6 left.
United 1934, Cleveland Tower, wind is 330 at 5, runway 6 right, clear to land. Yeah, it...
Duplicated command, United 1934.
Oh shit, did I say 6 right as well? United 1934, Cleveland Tower.
Command requirement missing.
Yeah.
United 1934.
It doesn't work. It here's clear to land.
Cleveland ground.
Oh,
Brickyard
now we got
4590
interrupted.
with information Delta. Requesting push and start.
United 1934, wind is 330 at 5, runway 6 left, clear to land.
Runway 6 left. Clear to land. United 1934.
Brickyard 4590, pushback approved, expect runway 6 right.
Pushback approved. Expect runway 6 right. Brickyard 4590.
So now we'll come out of Juliet 1 Kilo. Meanwhile, United here. It's gonna land. Probably come down. Alpha. Juliet 5. Juliet Kilo. Via Lima Mike 1. Lima Mike 1 Juliet.
Cleveland ground. Brickyard 4590 ready to taxi.
Brickyard 4590, runway 6 right, taxi by Juliet 1 Kilo Lima.
Runway 6 right via Juliet 1 Kilo Lima. Brickyard 4590.
So here comes the Brickyard in the Embraer. We do also have landing traffic. Right there. United coming in from Houston. Somebody printing more flight strips. United. I think I hear this guy taxiing out. Yep, there he is. There's the Brickyard name brand. Yeah, we'll read off the new ADIS here in a few minutes because the ceiling has definitely changed. Alright, he's headed kind of all the way down here. United 1934, taxi to the ramp via Golf Alpha, hold short runway 24 left.
Taxi to ramp via Golf Alpha, hold short of runway 24 left. United 1934.
Then it'll be cross 24 left, taxi to the ramp via Juliet 5, Juliet.
Cleveland ground. United 609er with information Delta. Requesting push and start.
United 609, pushback approved, expect runway 6 right.
Pushback approved. Expect runway 6 right. United 609er.
United's gonna hold. Brickyard 4590. Wind is 330 at 5. Runway 6 right. Cleared for takeoff. Traffic will hold downfield.
Unknown command. Brickyard 4590.
Brickyard 4590. Runway 6 right. Cleared for takeoff.
Runway 6 right. Cleared for takeoff. Brickyard 4590.
And I'm off to departure. United's gonna hold. This United is gonna push back, and actually him holding is gonna create enough time for him to push back and be no factor, hopefully. So it all works out really well. And here goes the Brickyard. We got somebody coming in on landing too, I think. Goes the Brickyard. Making sure my United is holding. Yep, United is holding. You can see him right there holding short.
Cleveland ground. United 609er ready to taxi.
United 609, runway 6 right, taxi by Juliet 1, Kilo, Lima.
Runway 6 right via Juliet 1, Kilo, Lima, United 609er.
Brickyard 4590, contact departure.
Cleveland departure on 128.25. Brickyard 4590. Good day.
Cleveland Tower, Blue Street 5413 on final 6 left.
Blue Streak 5413, runway 6 left, clear to land.
Runway 6 left, clear to land. Blue Street 5413.
United 1934, cross runway 6 right, taxi to the ramp via Lima, Juliet 5, Juliet. Oops, that's
Cross
not
runway
what I
6
meant.
right. Taxi to ramp via Lima. Juliet 5. Juliet.
meant Juliet 5.
United 1934.
United 1934, taxi to the ramp via Lima, Juliet 3, Juliet.
Taxi to ramp via Lima. Juliet 3. Juliet. United 1934.
And there he goes. Here goes this United headed out, and we got 2 on the approach. So now we finally got something happening here around lunchtime in Cleveland. A little lunch rush. still really is not much, but I'll take a little action. And managing it is fairly easy. There's the United 1934 I can send to ground. And there he is, taxiing via Juliet, and then he's gonna, I think, be parking somewhere around here.
Cleveland Tower, Erie Shore 707 on final 6 left.
Erie Shore 707, runway 6 left, clear to land.
Runway 6 left, clear to land. Erie Shore 707.
I like these Erie Shore guys here with departure. Well, not departure, but you are taxiing out for departure. So. Then we got Blue Streak on the arrival here. Should be landing shortly. At 5. United 609, wind is 330 at 5, runway 6 right, clear for takeoff.
Runway 6 right, cleared for takeoff. United 609er.
1934 can go to the bin, and we got 2 on the departure here.
Cleveland ground, Piedmont 5912 with information Delta, requesting push and start.
Piedmont 5912, pushback approved, expect runway 6 right.
Pushback approved, expect runway 6 right. Piedmont 5912.
Yeah, at 609, caution traffic landing the parallel. Roger. That's kind of how that would go. We would have given it with the takeoff clearance. And then we might even give it to the Blue Streak. Blue Streak 5413, caution traffic departing parallel. And you might even give it with the landing clearance if you anticipate it. I'm pretty sure traffic advisories are not a thing in this sim. You can give land behind or behind the landing aircraft line up and wait kind of clearances, but I never do because it's not realistic for U.S. airports at least. Here goes the United. United 609, contact departure.
Cleveland departure on 128.25. United 609er. Good day.
Got nobody taxiing out yet. Blue Streak 5413, taxi to the ramp via Golf, Sierra, Lima, Juliet 5, cross runway 24 right. Crap, that was 24 left.
Taxi to ramp via Golf, Sierra, Lima, Juliet 5, cross runway 24 right. Blue Streak 5413.
Blue Streak 5413, cross runway 6 right. Blue Streak 5413, cross runway 6 right.
Negative, unknown command, Blue Streak 5413.
Blue Streak 5413, hold position.
Cross runway 6 right, Blue Streak 5413.
Blue Streak 5413, hold.
Negative, I'm landing. Blue Streak 5413.
What?
Negative, I'm landing.
Oh
Blue
my
Streak
god.
5413.
And he just ignored my
Piedmont
instructions.
5912 ready to taxi.
Piedmont 5912, runway 6 right, taxi via Juliet 1, Lima. Crap. Piedmont 5912, runway 6 right, taxi via Juliet 1, Kilo, Lima.
Negative, taxiway
Yeah,
not
yeah.
found. Piedmont 5912.
Oh, and he
Runway
crossed
6 right, via Juliet 1.
already.
Kilo, Lima. Piedmont 5912.
You know what? We're just gonna let the Blue Streak do what he's gonna do. It's these RJ pilots always, right? Oh my god. And luckily Piedmont's getting the heck out of there. He says, I don't want to be anywhere near that CRJ. Here we go. And Erie Shore just landed. Erie Shore 707, taxi to the ramp by Golf Alpha, hold short, runway 6 right. Erie Shore 707, taxi to the ramp via Golf Alpha, hold short, runway 6 right.
Taxi to ramp by Golf Alpha. Hold short of runway 6 right. Erie Shore 707.
We got Endeavor now coming in on the approach. There's Erie Shore. Another little biz jet. Yeah, I had him hold short. I'm having him hold short because
Cleveland Tower, Endeavor 5018 on final 6 left.
Endeavor 5018, runway 6 left, clear to land.
Runway 6 left, clear to land. Endeavor 5018.
Blue Streak is parked, thank God. He is no longer our problem. It was partly I gave him a weird clearance. It might have been the wrong runway I read him that caused trouble, but... Alright, and envoy. We'll have him taxi via... Is this Juliet 5? Yeah. Erie Shore 707, cross runway 6 right, taxi to the ramp via Lima, Juliet 5, Juliet.
Cross runway 6 right.
Oh,
Taxi to
shoot,
ramp
Juliet
via Lima.
3.
Juliet 5.
I did that same mistake
Erie Shore
again.
707.
Erie Shore 707, taxi to the ramp via Lima, Juliet 3, Juliet. Same thing I did to the other guy. Erie Shore 707, taxi to the ramp via Lima, Juliet 3, Juliet. Erie Shore 707, taxi to the ramp via Lima, Juliet 3, Juliet. Oh, he's not gonna listen. Alright, his loss. I guess he can go the long way around. There's nobody else taxiing. That's my fault, but like, why is he now just ghosting me? I didn't tell you switch to ground or anything. Piedmont 5912, wind is 330 at 5, runway 6 right, cleared for takeoff.
Negative, unknown
Oh my
command.
god.
Piedmont
See, it did the
5912.
thing where it heard the word at, where it didn't exist at all. Piedmont 5912, wind is 330 at 5, runway 6 right, clear for takeoff.
Runway 6 right, cleared for takeoff. Piedmont 5912.
Like, I didn't say at runway 6 right, clear for takeoff, is what it hears, and for some reason if it hears at runway 6 right, it like, what it's expecting is at intersection Mike, or at Mike 1, or at Mike 2, or at Lima 2, whatever the hell they're expecting. But intersection departures aren't very common in the States, so I never use them. So I'm literally never saying that, and yet it always wants to hear it because it's expecting to hear that. They have that little bit of like kind of predictive speech recognition built into it, and it sometimes is to the detriment of it actually working. But Erie Shores now found his way over to Juliet, so. That's all we could ask. And there goes Piedmont taking off. Oh, we got Endeavor on the arrival. Oh, we never cut the new ATIS. It's like half past the hour now. Piedmont 5912, contact departure.
Cleveland departure on 128.25. Piedmont 5912. Good day.
Comes the Endeavor.
Cleveland Tower, Brickyard 3478 on final 6 left.
Brickyard 3478, runway 6 left, clear to land. Brickyard 3478, runway 6 left, clear to land. There we go. Yep, it's
Negative,
Brickyard
M in the air.
for a minute.
Brickyard 3478. Runway 6 left, cleared to land. Brickyard 3478.
Endeavor 5018, taxi to the ramp via Golf Sierra, Lima, Juliet 5. Cross runway 6 right.
Taxi to ramp via Golf, Sierra, Lima, Juliet 5. Cross runway 6 right. Endeavor
Sierra.
5018.
Let's see if that actually all works. Yeah, we can end the Erie Shore. Here goes the Endeavor. I don't know why the blue string still doesn't disappear from the screen there. So here he's going down to Sierra. Yeah, see the blue string 5413 there that parked a while ago. It's still on my screen. And he's still on my radar screen as well. And he should have parked. He's not my responsibility. See, will Endeavor actually cross here without me needing to tell him? Oh yeah. Good job, sir. Yeah, I got nobody else on the field here. Got Brickyard coming in on the approach. I guess I could have sent him this way, but it's all good. Cloud deck. Yeah. I almost wonder, yeah, is this a new ATIS now? Intentional aircraft, ATIS information Delta now, current winds 330 at 5, altimeter 3006. Cleveland Hopkins International Airport, ATIS information Delta, time 1451 Zulu, wind 330 at 5, visibility 10, few clouds, sky conditions, few clouds 2000, ceiling broken, 3800, broken 5000, temperature 13, 2.06, altimeter 3006, read back all hold short instructions, advise on initial contact information Delta. Oh yeah, caution bird activity in vicinity of the airport. Brickyard 3478, taxi to the ramp via Golf Sierra. Cross runway 24. Hang on. Endeavor third. Hang on. Brickyard 3478, taxi to the ramp via Golf Sierra Juliet 3. Cross runway 6 right.
Negative. Unknown command.
Brickyard 3478, taxi to the ramp via Golf Sierra Lima Juliet 3. Cross runway 6 right.
Taxi to ramp via Golf Sierra Lima Juliet 3. Cross runway 6 right. Brickyard 3478.
Yeah, I don't know why this blue streak hasn't disappeared.
Cleveland ground radio check. How do you read? Blue Streak 5413.
Blue streak 5413, continue taxi. Is that what you needed?
Continue taxi. Blue Streak 5413.
Blue streak 5413, pushback approved, expect runway 6 right. Is that what you need?
Negative. I'm arrival. Blue Streak 5413.
Blue streak 5413, continue taxi.
Continue taxi. Blue Street 5413.
I don't know what he needs to be on that. Southwest is going to be calling us any minute now. Oh, I should have sent him by Alpha, but oh well. Tempted to delete him, but it'll hurt my score.
Cleveland Tower, Southwest 1490 on final 6 left.
Southwest 1490, runway 6 left, clear to land.
Runway 6 left, clear to land. Southwest 1490.
Still in the clouds. Few clouds at 2,000. Okay, yeah. Oh, I think we're technically still VFR. We got another one behind it, the Delta. Blue Street 5413, taxi to the ramp.
Taxi to ramp. Blue Street 5413.
Yeah, he's bugged. He's still on my screen. He parked ages ago. southwest through the clouds. I think our visibility is dropping though. I would not call it a semi, but it's got haze as well. Or fog. It's not in the METAR, but
Cleveland Tower, Delta 2153 on final 6 left.
Delta 2153, runway 6 left, clear to land, wind is 330 at 5.
Runway 6 left, clear to land. Delta 2153.
It's pretty much a direct crosswind. That's only 5 knots. Here comes the southwest. Southwest 1490, taxi to the ramp via Golf Sierra Lima Juliet 4.
Taxi to ramp via Golf Sierra Lima Juliet 4. Southwest 1490.
Southwest 1490, cross runway 6 right.
Cross runway 6 right. Southwest 1490.
Here's the Delta. Southwest crossing 6 right. Ground tower crossing observed. No rush. Except we are both ground and tower, so we wouldn't be doing any coordinating. We would just, it's all ours. comes the Delta. Let's see. We'll see if we can ID it, and then we'll check ourselves on the flight stream. I'm actually not sure. Airbus A321 is my guess. A320, okay. Delta 2153, taxi to the ramp by Golf Sierra Lima Juliet 5, cross runway 6 right.
Taxi to ramp via Golf, Sierra, Lima, Juliet 5, cross runway 6 right, Delta 2153.
I believe this guy is parked to the bin. And if nobody else pops in when this Delta parks, I think that's where we're going to call it for today. It's going to be actual lunchtime for me. Oh, and we, of course, right when I say that, we get Southwest on the arrival. We'll see. If he hasn't called me yet, it's gonna be tight. I think we're gonna end up having to handle the Southwest too. We'll probably get stuck here for 30 more minutes. I like to be totally no flight strips when we hang it up.
Cleveland Tower, Southwest 3881 on final 6 left.
Southwest 3881, runway 6 left, clear to land.
Runway 6 left, cleared to land. Southwest 3881.
Oh, we're scatting now. By the pillar. And yeah. Just generally locked. Now I got 2 on the arrival. Envoy as well. I still don't know what that Blue Streak's deal is.
Cleveland ground radio check. How do you read? Blue Streak 5413.
Blue Streak 5413, I read you 5 by 5.
Read you 5 by 5. Blue Streak 5413.
Radio checks cost $5. Come on. Yeah, I may have to delete him.
Cleveland Tower, Envoy 3713 on final 6 left.
Envoy 3713, runway 6 left, clear to land, wind is 330 at 5.
Runway 6 left, clear to land. Envoy 3713.
Yeah, see, it'll all be fun and games until somebody needs to park there.
Cleveland Tower, Delta 2523 on final 6 left.
Delta 2523, wind is 330 at 5, runway 6 left, clear to land.
Runway 6 left, clear to land. Delta 2523.
Here's southwest. Southwest 3881, taxi to the ramp via Golf Sierra Lima Juliet 5, cross runway 6 right.
Negative.
Southwest
Unknown command.
3881,
Southwest
taxi to the
3881.
ramp via Golf Sierra Lima Juliet 5, cross runway 6 right.
Taxi to ramp via Golf Sierra Lima Juliet 5. Cross runway 6 right. Southwest 3881.
There you go. Everybody else is landing 6 left. We got anticipated separation. He's crossing 6 right. Still don't know what's going on with Blue Streak. Should have one landing right about now. Yep. There he is. Envoy. Arcing over. Yeah, about the same. Envoy 3713, texted to the ramp by Golf, Sierra, Lima, Juliet 5, cross runway 6 right.
Taxi to ramp via Golf, Sierra, Lima, Juliet 5, cross runway 6 right, Envoy 3713.
In the southwest since he's parking. Here goes the envoy. Actually, I could send him via Alpha. Envoy 3713, texted the ramp via Alpha Lima Juliet 4, cross runway 6 right.
Taxi to ramp via Alpha, Lima, Juliet 4, cross runway 6 right, Envoy 3713.
And he's technically going eastbound on Alpha for a second there, but it'll be fine. We got one more on the arrival here. Oh, landing right now. Is the Delta. That's right, I'm running with 3-mile separation today. Delta 2523, texted the ramp via Golf, Sierra, Lima, Juliet 5, cross runway 6 right.
Taxi to ramp via Golf, Sierra, Lima, Juliet 5, cross runway 6 right, Delta 2523.
Nothing I've got. So Delta's crossing 6 right. Then we taxi into parking. Delta's turning into the ramp. So with that, I think we can go ahead and call it a day. We had a really fun morning. Did about, let's see, we started 9:30 a.m. So yeah, we did about 2.5 hours here in the Tower Cabin, Cleveland. It was very chill, not a very hectic schedule. Don't feel like you can't hop into this Cleveland airport and crank that traffic right up to 100. At least if you're using the Neargis design, you know, the real world stuff. Based on it's supposedly based off real world schedules. I think real world might be just slightly busier than this in Cleveland, but probably not a horrible representation of the airport. And it was really fun. I really had a fun, chill morning, listening to some smooth jazz. Although honestly, they've been some face melting solo kind of jazz this morning, but we've enjoyed it. Thanks for coming along if you came along, and hopefully we will see you next time. Like I said, nothing scheduled at the moment, but certainly I think we might just hop in the sim here and there. Not sure if we might do some Outbreak today or maybe some Flight Sim. Remains to be seen, but keep an eye on the channel. Hit that subscribe button, hit the like if you enjoyed today's stream, and hopefully we will see you next time. Have a great